Hey guys, Lance here, and welcome to my review today of Expressvpn. So, a lot of you have been asking me for a review of Expressvpn, and understandably so, as it's often talked about as either the #1 VPN or at least the #1 VPN in several key areas. So today I'll be showing you what Express is currently doing that's really good, and I'll provide some perspective on how some of the features actually work in the real world. And then I'll also share some reasons this may not be the best VPN for you to choose, so you can decide if it's worth getting or not. And just a reminder, if you do decide to get Expressvpn, feel free to use the link in the description, as I'm always working to get any special deals or discounts for you guys that I can. So the link in the description will automatically send you to the best deal possible. So starting with a list of positives that Expressvpn offers. First off, there's no activity logs and no connection logs. And this is huge because it means no one will be able to see what you're doing or downloading online. And this includes your internet service provider. Now, an excellent example of this is when someone tried to assassinate a Russian ambassador. One of Expressvpn servers was seized as part of their investigation, and they were unable to find any logs or information of any kind. So with most VPNs, you're often hoping and trusting that they're doing what their privacy policy states. But with Express, you can actually have that absolute assurance and confidence that this is the case. And then as an added bonus, Express is based outside the USA, so it's away from NSA spying. Now currently there are more than 3,000 servers in 105 countries, which all provide you with unlimited high quality bandwidth. They provide a kill switch, and this really is a must-have for anyone who's doing any torrenting or file sharing in particular. Express also has a built-in speed test, so you can see which servers will perform the best for you. And they do support anonymous Bitcoin payments. They also use their zero-knowledge DNS servers. They have military-grade encryption, which is best in class, and all their apps are super easy to use. They're actually award-winning, and they're available for virtually every platform and device, so Windows, Mac, mobile, and all the different devices. They provide 24/7 live chat support, and you can actually get help with any technical troubleshooting you might need. And this is an important distinction because while some VPNs provide 24/7 live chat support, it's just for simple questions. And then you have to go through an email ticket system to get any actual help with technical troubleshooting. Express also gives you an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee for full peace of mind, and that's important. So you can try it out, make sure you like it, and if something doesn't work out, you can always just get your money back. And I tested this out myself, and it was no problem getting a refund. So now the question is, how do all these great things actually work in practice or in the real world? Well, the app itself, or the VPN, is easy to set up, and it's very easy to install, even for someone who's a beginner or a newbie. If this is the first VPN that you've ever used, you'll find it so easy to get up and running. And that's because Express has designed all their apps with the complete beginner in mind. So connecting to a server is super fast, there's no waiting, and everything downloads really, really fast. So for example, there's no lagging when you're streaming, torrenting, or gaming, and it's also extremely reliable. For example, as I've continued to use Express, I find that dropped connections very rarely occur, but when they did occur, the kill switch worked flawlessly every time. They have a one-click smart location that couldn't be any easier to use. It's just very, very simple, very straightforward. Also, unlike a lot of VPNs that no longer work with streaming services, Expressvpn still works fine with Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, Hulu, and really all the major streaming media type services, which is again, really nice if that's something you're interested in. And then because Express is so fast, I found it's no problem watching content in 4K without any lag or buffering. Now, if you want to dig more into the app settings and play with protocols and encryption levels, you can do that. That's all there. And that's another one of the strengths of Express, because while some of the VPNs lean more towards newbies or more towards advanced users, Express has managed to find that nice balance where it's absolutely simple and easy to use, and yet you have the option to change some of your settings if you'd like, without those options ever being confusing for someone who's never used a VPN before. Now, all that being said, there are a few potential negatives or reasons you may want to consider a different VPN. Now, the first is if you want a true no logs policy. So what I mean by that is Express does keep track, or it does log timestamps and bandwidth. So if that's something you're particular about, you're going to want to consider or choose a different VPN. Now, this won't affect anything if you're torrenting or downloading something and you just want to make sure your internet service provider isn't seeing what you're doing. You're still going to be completely fine. But again, for someone who's particular about timestamps and how much bandwidth is being used, that's where, again, you probably want to consider a different VPN. Also, if you need or want more than 8 devices that you can connect to simultaneously, then you'd want to go with a different VPN here as well, unless you're open to getting more than one account with Expressvpn. And then lastly, if you're a more advanced user who wants to be able to customize things such as your protocol and encryption settings and encryption strength, then you may want a VPN that offers you a more granular level of control. While I consider this one of the strengths of Express and why it's so easy for even complete newbies to use, the simple interface might be a problem for those wanting more advanced levels of customization. So ultimately, would I recommend Expressvpn? Absolutely. For many, I would say this would be the #1 choice you should get for a VPN, for all the reasons I mentioned above. And it's such a great all-around VPN. What I like about Express is that you're covered whether you want to do streaming, accessing Netflix, gaming, torrenting, file sharing, using a VPN for travel, or unsecured Wi-Fi in coffee shops. You don't have to worry about your connection dropping. And should you ever have a problem or question about how something works, they have a great support team to help you out. So overall, this is currently my #1 pick for the best overall VPN. It's the one I love using personally the most, and it's truly enjoyable to use because of how simple it is, how straightforward the interface is, and how problem-free it is to use. And just a reminder again, if you would like to get Expressvpn, feel free to use the link in the description, as that will take you to the best deal possible. And then once you install and use it, let me know in the comments how it's going for you. I take my recommendations very seriously, and I want to make sure you have a good experience with it. So I'm curious, let me know how you like it. Is there something you were surprised by, positively or negatively? Let me know in the comments below. Also, for anyone who's switching, or maybe you're upgrading from a VPN that was a little bit problematic or a little bit slow or had some issues, and you're just ready to get a really good VPN now, let me know what the experience is like for you as well. So again, hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, please leave a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. And again, remember to check in the description below for any promotions or discounts. And if there's any coupon codes, I'll make sure to find the best ones for you guys. So as always, you can save as much money as possible. And if you have any other comments or questions, put those down below, as I love getting to answer as many of those as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.